Hello everyone, welcome to the channel update for June. I hope May went well for everyone. I did not do a May update because I had the 10,000 subscriber come out just like a day or two before, and I wanted it to sit here on the front page for a while. So if you haven't checked that out, please do so. It is 2 hours long, but you could mostly listen to it rather than watch it. There's montages of pictures that I took on my trip to Egypt and Jordan, which are pretty nice, but it goes through multiple cycles in that full 2 hour period. But, it was mostly a case where a lot of the stuff that I wanted to cover was covered in that, and I didn't really have much to talk about new series-wise. So, let's actually talk about what we have on the channel right now. I did Space Quest 2 last month. Just a few episodes of that was pretty quick, pretty short. So that's wrapped up. Moved on to King of Dragon Pass. Playing the long game on normal difficulty, which the RNG in King of Dragon Pass really knows how to screw you. You can go. You can definitely have like, wow, look at this fantastic event, and then the very next event is, by the way, we're going to completely screw you. So it's a lot of fun. The last time I completed a long normal game was a number of years ago, and it took me a very long time to actually do it. So it's possible for King of Dragon Pass for you to hit your milestones within 10, 15, 20 years kind of thing. And sometimes it can take 80 years or more. So it can take a really, really long time to get there. But I'm looking forward to it. It's been on my list of things to do a Let's Play of for quite a while. Finally got around to doing it. Kind of because Grimmeth started to do a stream with his viewers, and I was like, you know what? I've been meaning to do this. I've got an opening with Space Quest 2. Let's go ahead and do it. So that's why it's going up now. People are enjoying it, so thank you. Final Fantasy V is still going strong. Probably wrapping up this month, I would think. I can't imagine that it would take more than that, but it may. It is quite a bit longer than the previous Final Fantasy games. And there's also a lot of back-end stuff that you have to do too, grinding-wise and things like that. If you want to, you don't have to. But I want to, so that could take a while. Stellaris Distant Stars, a new expansion, is out. Been out for a couple weeks now. Really enjoying the new features in it. I like the new option for science ships to hit a button, go missing in action, and arrive at a specific star system, as long as you know the name of it. That's excellent. That's an incredible feature. I love it so much. And all of the new anomalies, they added like 50% to the total, although they also changed it so that you won't be getting as many duplicates, if any. It has the one downside of, by the time you've explored your local space and you're starting to explore the distant sections that the AI hasn't yet, you've exhausted, at least on the large galaxies, you've exhausted most of the anomalies, and now you're basically getting nothing but terraforming candidates. I've had systems with 3 terraforming candidates in it before because of that, and it's just ridiculous. I mean, it's not a bad thing, but it's just kind of like, when you'd gotten the 3rd shadow play, it's like, oh, okay, yeah, 6 society research, yeah, okay. But now it's like, oh, hey, the 20th terraforming candidate. That's great. I kind of wish it was a little bit more evenly distributed, but oh well. I'm sure they'll work on those elements. They're also, I did see that they're, I don't know when it'll be added, like if it's going to be the next expansion or if it's going to be an intermediary patch with fixes and stuff like that, but they're going to add a time until destination thing. So if you send someone to a star system that is 20 jumps away, it'll tell you 200 days to get there or whatever. Really nice feature. And that will one thing that I'm looking forward to that for is to being able to test out the hyperlane. What is it? The hyperlane registrar starbase option. Because it talks about increasing jump time and cooldown and stuff like that. And if that means that you can speed up travel through your system, I am going to be putting that on starbases all the time, just so that I can move around my own space a little bit better. I'd kind of like that changed so that it's more of a, you get your ships get a boost within your own borders with 4 jumps kind of thing, 4 jump radius or something like that, so that it is a lot faster to move about your space because, you've got things set up and stuff like that. But I don't know. That's just something that I would like to see. The multiplayer Crusader Kings 2 breaking free with Kil'jaeden going strong. Probably on the wrap-up leg now. We're kind of hitting the points where we're getting close to being able to do our goals, so I'm looking forward to that. That should be pretty good. Not sure how many sessions we'll have left. 3, 4, something like that seems likely. It's always hard to say, but that's wrapping up, and probably just in time because Holy Fury was announced, the new expansion. It doesn't have a release date yet, but they're talking about a lot of changes with religions and stuff like that, and crusades. Should be a lot of fun. Definitely looking forward to some of those new mechanics. And I will, of course, be starting a new Let's Play when that, when I get the early code from Paradox for that, hopefully. I don't know for sure that I will, but they've been doing so for a while. So yes, those people wondering why I've been able to put up like Stellaris and Crusader Kings 2 early, it is because Paradox has been allowing me to play it early. And I do appreciate that from them. And it's the kind of thing that they do for Let's Players and stuff like that. And, I mean, considering that my Jade Dragon campaign, the playlist, when I at least search for it, it is the top thing. The very first result is my Jade Dragon playlist. The first video is the third thing. Because none of the big guys started that. I'm sure that they all got the codes early, but they didn't do it. They didn't start a Let's Play of it. And I think it's because Crusader Kings 2 is like perceived as not being hot anymore. It's not going to be a channel driver for them. They'll get views and stuff like that, but they're not really going to be getting a whole lot of new subscribers. So they're reserving, those that playtime for other things, other new games and stuff like that. But the nice thing about that is that lets channels like mine, similar in size to mine, get some of that search traffic. And that's kind of, what I have to hope for. I got the Surviving Mars code early as well, but I got minimal search traffic from that. Very minimal search traffic from that. So, because again, brand new game, all of the big people were doing it. They were all getting high up in the search results. So anything that you guys can do to help out is appreciated. Liking the videos, especially the first videos on these things. So if you've watched the Distant Stars series and you've enjoyed it and you didn't like the first video, I'd appreciate it if you'd go back and do that. It really helps get them higher in the search results. Comments also helps. Those things increase the engagement score. The more viewers are liking it and commenting on it, YouTube perceives it as a higher quality video and will display it higher in the search results. So that's the kind of thing that you guys can do to help out. And with those new series, it's, when I play a brand new game, when I play a new expansion, that's the kind of thing that really, really does get the videos to show up higher in the search results. So if you guys can do that, I'd appreciate it. It really does mean a lot to me, and it really does help. And I am also posting. It's been a while, but started to post the Dungeon Hack stream videos. I streamed that back in November and December of last year. Finally got around to splitting up the videos, the stream sessions, and putting up 2 per day. So those who missed it, check it out now, or if you just can't make the streams, I'll be doing the same thing with the XCOM Superhuman Open XCOM stream. Just wrapped up a couple weeks ago. We've now moved on to Terror from the Deep, and man, month 2 base defense. Talk about screwing you over. that was pretty amazing in not a good way. So yeah, it's good times. It's good times. But we did succeed, and that is also Superhuman. It is Terror from the Deep, so people die all the time. If you want a soldier named after you, do stop by the streams and chat, and I'll try to put you into the rotation. So, on Saturday, basically about midway through, right after the break, we had the opportunity to get started on the next leg of the party's adventures. They wrapped up their previous one, rescued the kidnapped dwarf, and now it's time for them to go buy a new ship. Good times. More opportunities for me to throw things at them. Random encounters. Should be fun, but it wasn't as clean of a start as I would have liked, but yeah, that kind of happens sometimes. Anyway, I did a couple months ago change the layout on the channel page. Do let me know if you use the channel page and whether you like this new layout. Trying to think of things to make parts of the channel a little bit more useful. You got the active series here, so it's not just that massive list of playlists. So you can just quickly check to see, what are the current things. I'm not always quick on updating them, so that's something that I do need to get better on. But I will try to keep it up to date. And then there's an upload section with talk of YouTube shaping how people see and what they see in their subscriptions and stuff like that. I figured that would be pretty crucial now. I haven't seen this myself, so I'm not sure when they're doing it. Like, what part of the YouTube channel pages are they doing this on, where they're not showing everything and stuff like that. Definitely the homepage. Like, if you just go to youtube.com, I know it happens there. But I haven't seen this on the subscription page. I mean, I'm seeing stuff from people that I'm subscribed to, but I really haven't watched in years. Just haven't had the time. They haven't been playing games that I'm terribly interested in and stuff like that. But I don't want to unsubscribe because they do produce content that I like. It's just, timing and content-wise right now, I haven't really been interested. And I haven't seen YouTube pull those out, like hide those. So it seems to me on the subscription page itself on a regular browser, things seem to be okay. But if you're viewing it maybe on a mobile device or something like that, I could see that would be where they're making some of these changes. But if it's a situation where it's like, hey, Ald normally posts King of Dragon Pass 2 hours ago or 4 hours ago. I don't see it in my subscriptions. You can go here, you can see the uploads, and that should, let you know stuff within the past 12, 18 hours, depending on how much you're seeing there. And you're like, oh, okay, he did post it, now I can watch it. And now I know that YouTube is changing things. Partly because there are occasions when I will put, like, 5:30 p.m. rather than 5:30 a.m. for a video, and I have to correct that when I wake up and stuff like that. So, and it also lets people know, they get to one of my videos and like, I wonder if he's still producing stuff. Go to the channel page. All right, here's his active series. But people, will make an active series group 2 years ago, and then they've stopped updating. Well, you can see, updated X number of days ago, and 5 minutes ago, 5 hours ago, 6 hours ago. Okay, yeah, he's still producing content, and I can see exactly what he's working on. That's pretty cool. So, trying to get those changes. I've got my Crusader Kings 2 Jade Dragon Aladdin campaign playlist here because why not? 36,000 views in 6 months is just amazing. This is blown away anything else that I've done on the channel so far. And I'm really, really hoping, fingers crossed, that the same thing will happen with Holy Fury. So when that video does go live, whenever it does, I don't have the code yet. I don't know that they're even close to ready. They haven't released they haven't announced a release date yet. But when that video does go live, if you've been enjoying the Crusader Kings 2 content, please, please, please do give it a like as soon as you can. Even if you don't think you'll be watching it until the next day or something, just hop in and like it right away and then watch it later. That will... I would really like to get kind of the same thing that Jade Dragon did with Holy Fury. Once we get a few more episodes under the belt, I'll swap out the Kidnapped Dwarf playlist with the other one, the new ship, and of course we've got all of the categories there still. So, like I said, please let me know if you do use the channel page and whether you like this new layout. If you don't use the channel page for any reason, once you've subscribed, that's fine. I mean... People use YouTube differently, they'll use the tools differently. So you don't necessarily need to say, oh, no, I don't really use it, kind of thing. But if you do use it, let me know if this change is good, if you like it. And if you don't like it, let me know. There really isn't a whole lot of other ways to get feedback on this sort of thing to find out whether these changes are actually beneficial or not. And of course, if you want to check out the streams, I got the link up here, twitch.tv/AuldDragon. I do put up a video on YouTube that stays live while I'm streaming, so links will be in there. Right now I'm streaming on Mondays, 4 p.m. Eastern Time until 8, 9, 10-ish, somewhere in there, depending on how I'm feeling and what's going on in the game. And then from noon to 4 Eastern Time on Saturday is our AD&D Spelljammer game. Please do check that out. I'd really like to get more people watching that. Having a lot of fun. It's been going on for well over a year now, so yeah, it's been fantastic. Really, really enjoying myself. Other than that, of course, you can head to my Discord if you want to chat with myself or other viewers of the channel. Ask me specific questions, stuff like that. Get early listen in on early discussions about the AD&D game, that sort of thing. Just generally chat with other people. Twitter, if you want to follow me there, you have to go to the About page to get to my the link for my Facebook page. I got my blog here. We'll talk about that in a moment. And, of course, Patreon. If you want to support more directly rather than just through the likes and comments, and you have a little bit of spare money that you're willing to help use to support me, I would really appreciate that. It really does help a lot. The more people supporting me on Patreon, the more content I can produce, the more, and I can continue to produce the amount of content. The more support on here, I could even increase the amount that I'm doing. I'd kind of like to get bumped up. I'm a Twitch affiliate, not a partner, and that would be nice to do, but I would basically need to stream a whole heck of a lot more than I am right now, but I can't really take the time at the moment to do so. So the more support on Patreon and Twitch, because you can subscribe, you can use Amazon Prime, connect it to Twitch, get a Twitch Prime account, and then subscribe to a single channel once per month. That really, really helps. And using the bits to cheer and stuff like that, all of that helps. So supporting me on those platforms is fantastic. If you just have a little bit of money, Patreon is by far the biggest bang for your buck, and that's the place that I would most appreciate the support, because of on Twitch. Other than if you've got a Twitch Prime account, then it's free to subscribe to one channel, whereas other subscriptions I get 50% of that. Whereas on Patreon, I get 80 to 90%, depending on really a whole bunch of factors. So if you can support me on Patreon, I would really appreciate that. It really does help tremendously on ensuring that the channel continues as it is, and I'm able to produce the amount of content that I do. The only other thing to talk about, I didn't have a deity last month. That was another thing, one of the other reasons why I didn't post an update. There just wasn't a whole lot new to talk about. I think we were in the middle of a whole bunch of long-running games at that point. But I do have a new deity this month, Remnis, the Great Lord of the Eagles. So if you are interested in AD&D or D&D deities, check that out. See my take on him and information that I kind of collected from various sources. And, do let me know what you think. Anyway, thanks for listening to the channel update, and I'll talk to you next month. Thanks a lot, everyone, and thanks again to everyone who's been supporting me on Patreon and Twitch. I really appreciate it.